Dear friends, welcome to Cyber Code. Do you want to pass an exam in AWS Solution Architect SAA-C03? Okay. I'll upload the all questions regarding AWS Solution Architect real-time questions to pass examination easily. So every time you will upload some 10 questions, just go to the 10 questions. Around 500 questions are there. For every 10 questions I make a video, then I upload around 50 videos. If you follow this video, you can pass 99% exam guarantee. I'll assure you that you can exam easily pass. Okay. Now I'm going to start from starting 10 questions. So every video having a 10 questions are there. Around 500 questions are there. If you learn these 500 questions, you can easily pass the AWS Solution Architect examination. This is very beneficial for those who are attending for the online AWS Solution Architect examination. Okay. The first question is there. Here, a company collects for data, temperature, humidity, atmosphere pressure in cities across the multiple continents. The average value of the data collect from each side is 500 GB. Each site is high-speed internet connection. The company wants to aggregate the data from all these global sites as quick as possible in a single S3 bucket. The solution must be minimize operational complexity. Which solution is this? Okay. So here, what thing is there? These need high-speed internet connection. When you want to access the S3 data with high speed, then you go for the global acceleration, S3 transfer acceleration or global acceleration. Here 4 options are there. Turn on S3 transfer acceleration in the destination S3 bucket. Use multi-parts to directly upload site data to destination S3 bucket. And second option is upload the data from the east side to an S3 bucket in closest region. Use S3 region replication copy object destination S3 bucket, then remove the data from this origin bucket. And third one, schedule the AWS Snowball Edge storage optimized device daily. In this one, answer is the first one. Here we need to turn on the S3 transfer acceleration and destination bucket. Use multi-part upload, directly upload site data to the destination S3 bucket. Here they are asking for the data need to access high speed. So when you want to access the high speed data, we can go for the S3 transfer acceleration. This is the answer. The answer is A. Okay. Next thing is there. A company needs the ability to analyze the log files, proprietary application. The logs are stored in JSON format in S3 bucket. Queries will be simple and will run on demand. A solution architect need to perform the analysis of the minimal changing to existing architecture. What should the solution architect do to meet the requirements of the least amount of operational head? A company needs the ability to analyze the log files and proprietary application. This logs are stored in the JSON format in S3 bucket. Here, how to analyze this one? The JSON data is there in S3 bucket. How to analyze this one? You can use Athena directly with S3 to run the queries to analyze this data. The answer is use Athena directly, analyze S3 to run the queries data. Okay. Here, next thing is, an application runs on Amazon EC2 instance and VPC. The application process logs are stored in a S3 bucket. The EC2 instance need to access the S3 bucket without connectivity to internet. Which solution will provide the private connectivity S3? So what we need to do? We need to create an endpoint without internet. X3 want to access the data, then we'll go for the endpoint. Create a gateway VPC endpoint for the S3 bucket. The answer is the A. Okay. Here, a company hosting a web application AWS using a single EC2 instance that store the user uploaded documents in Amazon EBS volume. For better scalability and availability, the company duplicated the architecture, created the second EC2 instance and EBS volume, the another available zone, placing behind the application load balancer. After completing this change, the user reported that each time they refreshed the website, there could be one subset of the document or other, but never all documents at this time. What should the solution architect propose to ensure all the document can see this one? Here, copy the data both EBS volumes to EFS. I want to see the data in all servers. Then I go for the EFS. EFS is the sharing option. Okay. Copy the data from EBS volumes to EFS. Modify the application save document to the EFS. Answer is C. Here next question is, company uses NFS store to lodge video files in premises network attached storage. Each video file ranges from 1 MB to 500 GB. The total storage is 720 TB and no longer growing. The company decides to migrate the video files to S3. The company must migrate the video files as soon as possible while using least possible network bandwidth. Which solution is the network? Answer is here to deploy. Answer is deploy an S3 file gateway on premises, create a public service endpoint to connect to S3 file gateway, create an S3 bucket, create new NFS file share in S3 file gateway, point the new file share to the S3 bucket, transfer the data from existing NFS file share to the S3 file gateway. This is the answer. Okay, the answer. And next thing is what is the answer here? C. Deploy S3 file gateway on premises, create a public service endpoint to S3 gateway. A company has application ingest the incoming messages. Dozens of other applications Microsoft then quickly consume these messages. The number of messages varies drastically, sometimes increase suddenly to 1 lakh each per second. The company wants to decouple the solution, increase the scalability, which meets the requirement. Here, persist the message to the Amazon Kinesis data analytics. Use that Amazon Kinesis data analytics. Configure the consumer application to read and process the message. A is the answer. Here, a company is migrating distributed application to AWS. The application serves variable workload. The legacy platform consists of primary server that coordinate job across the multiple compute nodes. The company wants to modernize the application with the solution that maximize the resilience and scalability. How should the solution architect design the architect to meet this requirement? The answer is implement the primary server, compute nodes with the Amazon EC2 instance that manage the auto-scaling group, configure the AWS Cloud Trail as destination for the job, configure EC2 auto-scaling based on the cloud for the primary server. The answer is C here. Implement the primary server and compute the nodes with the Amazon instance that manage with the auto-scaling group. The next question is, a company uses SMB server. The file server, larger files are accessed frequently. First few days after files are created, after 7 days the files are rarely accessed. The total data size increasing and close to the company's total storage capacity. A solution architect must increase the company's available storage space without losing the low latency access to the most recently accessed file. The solution architect must also provide life cycle management to avoid the future storage issues. Which solution need to be required? Here, installed utility on each computer access Amazon S3. Create an S3 lifecycle to transition data to Glacier flexible retrieval after 7 days. The answer is D here. A company is building an e-commerce web application on AWS. The application sent to the Amazon REST API to process. The company wants to ensure here the orders processed in order that received. Which solution meet this requirement? Okay. Here, when you use a API gateway to publish a message to the Amazon simple notification service topic that receives order. Subscribe by AWS function to topic that perform the processing. Okay. And next question, third question is, a company uses AWS organization to manage AWS account for different departments. The manage account has Amazon S3 bucket contains the project report. The company want to limit to access to S3 bucket only S3 user account with organization AWS organization. Which solution meet this requirement with least amount of operational head? The answer is correct. Correct answer is A. Add the AWS principal organization ID, global condition key with reference to the organization ID to the S3 bucket policy. These are the 10 questions are there. Then after next video, I will upload the next 10 questions. So if you prepare all these questions, then definitely you easily pass the examination.